Hi everybody, it's Nikki and I'm here to do another video that is personal experience, not medical advice, nothing too big today anyway. I was gonna put in a video because of the Facebook group, because a lot of people in my group have received new transmitters from Medtronic, so I figured I'd make the video for you guys because I'm done with my 670. So I was passing it along, and at this point what I've heard about the new transmitter, I've heard overwhelming positive feedback about it stopping the BG required loop and the problems with the calibrations. So that has been now some people have only been wearing it for a day or two, so you have to keep that in mind. And in fact, I think nobody has really reported on anything longer than 3 days. But if you've been wearing these sensors, you know that to make it through 3 days without one of these loops is a really big deal. So it sounds like maybe the new transmitter really does make a difference as far as being able to calibrate successfully and staying out of that loop. And that's great. As far as accuracy or lag or anything like that, it's kind of up in the air. A few people have said something about their scores appearing to be closer to their BG meter readings. But that's kind of shaky. I'm not sure if that's real or not, or if it just happened so that day they had more stable blood sugars. And that could be the case too. So that one's out right now on whether or not that has any kind of, if the transmitter has any kind of effect on the accuracy or cuts down on the lag. And the only reason I even bring that in is because where I left off from auto mode for real was about a year ago. And at that time, it was before we started with all these problems with the sensors. And so I didn't have any problems with the calibrating, and I didn't have any problems with the BG required loop. My biggest problem was the accuracy and the lag. And so if it's not fixing that clearly for people, then I don't have to feel bad about not having it on my body anymore. So that's why. It's a very selfish reason to even talking about it. But that's what I just did. So point being, I don't think it's going to change what auto mode is doing for people. So if people are in auto mode and they like it, then great. It sounds like they can get into auto mode much easier now. If you didn't like what auto mode did for you before, then you might not want to go in anyway. So it doesn't sound like the transmitter is going to fix everybody's problems. But as far as cutting down on some of those really ridiculous sensor problems that have been prevalent for the last couple of months, it sounds like the transmitter is doing that. So if you have not received a new transmitter, I do believe it's available to everybody who's wearing the 670G. I'll tell you what happened with me is that I thought I could just get a replacement. Somebody had put in the group a link to an online place where you could request the transmitter. But when I did that, I got sent a confirmation just saying that I've been put in queue, or I would receive it sometime between now and August or something. That was the message. However, I decided I would try to call to see, why August and why not now, and who was getting it when, because a few people had reported getting it almost immediately. So the representative who I spoke with, the way he or she explained it to me, was that if your current transmitter is out of warranty, then they're going to send you one right away. And they made it sound like they were already contacting the people whose transmitters were out of warranty. With that being said, it turned out, I didn't think mine was out of warranty, but that's another point. It turned out mine was out of warranty, and they had not contacted me. And when I did submit online, I was still just put in a queue anyway. But she or he, whoever I spoke with, at that time they said they would go ahead and process it through insurance so that I could go ahead and get the new transmitter. And I now have the Dexcom, and I don't want to mess up my Dexcom order, so I just kind of stopped it in its tracks. But from my understanding, mine was out of warranty. They would send me one immediately, but they were going to process it through insurance. And I just wasn't interested at that point. What she did say about the people who were submitting online, they would receive a replacement transmitter. This would not go through insurance, and they would just be put in queue. So the order in which people were requesting it, that's when they would receive it. And that could take as long as 90 days, or give or take. However, with all of that being said, there's mass confusion, as there is with almost everything with the 670G, and there's people in the group who are not under warranty and they're getting it right away, and people who are under warranty, who haven't heard anything. And so I'm not really sure. The only thing I was hoping to convey is that it does sound like it's fixed some of those really big, significant sensor problems, and that's great. So I was just passing that along, and I'm going to put in the link. I have it in here, but I'm going to put in the link. I'm going to put in the summary or whatever a link to where you can request it. And I would love to hear back. Not that I ever do, but I would love to hear back how people are doing with their new transmitter and whether or not they find it does actually improve accuracy. So that's it. Hope you guys are having a great holiday, and thanks for watching. Bye.